Hello, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory podcast, the pro football podcast. We're Tad and Will here, cover all 32 NFL teams. We're here to bring you the Week 3 matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers. They went on the road and took on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are now 3-0. Justin Fields, 3-0 as a starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I mean, it's just, Russell Wilson dealing with the injuries and everything. Justin Fields going out here and winning now an undefeated ball club for Mike Tomlin. Pretty safe to say that Justin Fields probably does keep the starting job here going forward. I mean, yes, Russell Wilson did win the starting job in the offseason, but has dealt with injuries and whatnot. But still, nonetheless, you were kind of surprised to see how this matchup went. The Chargers did, they got their 10-7 lead going into the half, and the Steelers simply, they came out in the second half and just shut the Chargers down, and they got the job done, and they got the win at it's not Heinz Field anymore, is it? It's I'm keep forgetting what it's called, but yeah. Anyways, they get a win there in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Justin Herbert. When you got a defensive, let's get something straight, okay? This Pittsburgh defensive line is on point. I mean, the backbone of this entire franchise is none other than T.J. Watt. I mean, not super flashy, but 3 solo tackles, a sack, a tackle for loss, and 2 hits on the quarterback. I mean, constantly getting it done. You even got guys like Cameron Hayward, who had four total tackles, 3 solo, a sack, and another tackle for a loss. I mean, just you got playmaker Nick Herbig even. Just this Pittsburgh defense is a major reason why they are 3-0 right now. So kudos to them, props to them for going out here and really showing out in a great start to their season. Congrats to Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers there. And it's called Acrisure Stadium. Yeah, I know Steelers fans, you're probably cringing and probably like blaspheming everything that I'm saying right now because I couldn't pronounce your stadium right, I'm sure. But yeah, for the longest time growing up all my life, I knew it as Heinz Field. So, and I'm sure a lot of you Steelers fans out there still call it Heinz Field. So, yeah, you would have liked to maybe have seen a better showing from Justin Herbert, 12 of 18, 125 yards, a touchdown. And his offensive line, we were talking about Jim Harbaugh and everything, but hey, Jim Harbaugh still has some work to do. And one of those things might need to be with the offensive line.
Yeah, and of course the biggest concern was the injury to Justin Herbert in the game, so that is a major concern for the Chargers. But yeah, their offensive line, the guy they draft, Joe Alt, is this top-level offensive lineman, and he's had a very strong start to his career, but he kind of got worked a bit today by TJ Watt, I mean. But yeah. So that's a welcome to the NFL type moment for the rookie. And not a lot of young tackles are going to do well against TJ Watt. That's not something that should be a big surprise and nothing to be ashamed of, but just proving that he's going to need to continue to work. This offensive line as a unit going to continue to work. They got outmanned by a very strong Pittsburgh defensive line, a very strong Pittsburgh defense in general, arguably the best defense in the NFL early on, one of them. Certainly to get you to 3-0, strong showing by the defense, as you mentioned. Very impressed by the Pittsburgh wide receivers, guys like Calvin Austin, 4 catches, 95 yards and a touchdown, and George Pickens, 5 catches for 57 yards. Those are receivers that haven't always had a chance to make plays when they've had some subpar quarterback play, but Justin Fields is certainly giving them a chance to be successful, at least in this game. So a very promising look for the Pittsburgh offense, and we know what their defense is. Their defense is one of the best in the league. So if their offense can continue to be productive like this, then they'll have a chance to be very solid.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Herbert had X-ray results on his right ankle. It came up negative after Sunday's 20-10 loss to the Steelers, in which he aggravated his high right ankle sprain. That's from Ian Rappaport of NFL Network. So a close eye the Chargers are probably going to keep. It's probably going to be a game-to-game situation for Justin Herbert going forward with that unfortunate ankle injury that he sustained. As for, the Pittsburgh Steelers, a really great start. What you definitely want to see with your team. Some very exciting things for them, So ultimately, it's just, how can you keep pressing forward? How can you keep chugging along? And with the Chargers, you got to find a way to bounce back. So, yeah, next week, the Steelers are going to end up going on to play. I believe the Steelers end up having a bye next week, if I'm not mistaken. No, they play at the Colts. And then it does look like the Chargers are going to end up. That'll be an interesting game. The Kansas City Chiefs at home. So, yeah. So both of these teams, are going to keep chugging along in their NFL seasons, and certainly flashy performance for Justin Fields. Also worth noting, Najee Harris, a very solid back. Cordarrelle Patterson, the former Viking, for you there, Tad. Very showing out. Calvin Austin, even with the 95 yards of the touchdown. And I really want to go to get your quick take on Calvin Austin.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, he's a receiver that hasn't had a chance to make a lot of big plays because he's been playing with subpar quarterback play. So just the more they can get him involved down the field, he had that 55-yard play, the touchdown. So just continue to get him involved.
I just kind of find that take kind of interesting. Yes, on paper, 25 of 32, 245 yards, 7.7 average, touchdown, a pick, got sacked twice. Quarterback rating 55.8, 96 overall. But still 3-0. You're not 1-0 at home. It doesn't look super flashy on paper, but he's still going out there and finding a way to get the job done nonetheless.
Coaching matters. That's what I'll have to say about that. The coaching matters. Yeah,
absolutely. There you have it. Pittsburgh Steelers, they get the victory at home, 20-10. Over the Los Angeles Chargers. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the Gridiron Glory podcast, where we cover all 32 teams.